Right now, their daughter lies in a hospital bed, barely recognizable.
She's a corrections officer in the St. Louis County Jail, but yesterday an inmate at the jail in Clayton beat Chrissy Nieto to the floor. Tonight, Chrissy's parents put some of that blame on the county for all this. News 4's Caroline Hecker has their concerns. Caroline, what are they saying?
Guys, right now we're live outside of St. Louis University Hospital in Midtown. Chrissy is resting here tonight, heavily sedated following that brutal beating. Her parents say they understand working at a jail comes with inherent risks and dangers. But what they don't understand, they say, is how their daughter could have been put in such a vulnerable position. The picture is hard to look at. Chrissy Nieto is beaten so badly her face and eyes are swollen shut. It's an image her mom, MELBA WILLIS, will never forget.
I couldn't see her. I said, just can I peek in? And I saw how her face was swollen and everything, and she wasn't moving or anything. That's when I got really worried.
According to the St. Louis County Jail Administrator, an inmate charged at Nieto after she asked him to go back to his cell. She was able to hit her panic button to call for help, but was punched for nearly 60 seconds before another officer arrived.
My daughter gave her all to her job, dedicated, came to work, and you guys failed her. You know, no one was there to protect her. Another inmate pulled him off of her.
St. Louis County confirms Carnell Robinson is the inmate accused in the attack. He's been in jail since July of 2020 on an armed robbery charge. Sources tell News 4 charges in this assault are coming.
When she would tell me some days and nights what she was going through, I knew something was bound to happen, whether it happened to her or somebody else.
The jail is currently short 78 officers. That means only about 50% of inmates in a pod can be out of their cells at one time. The Willises say their daughter was alone in a pod with 47 men, with nothing more than mace to protect herself, and they don't want to see her go back.
I don't want her to. If you're going to treat your employees like that, I mean, I don't want my daughter an inmate had to come to her rescue.
We asked the jail how many inmates they have housed there right now. They tell us it's about 950, which is well below the maximum capacity, which is about 1,300. COVID, of course, they say has really hurt that staff, or made the staffing shortage worse, I should say. However, those jail officials say within the next week or so, they plan to bring in about 50 applicants, guys, to apply an interview for some of those open positions.
Caroline, looking at that picture of Chrissy, obviously it's extremely painful, her injuries, but can you give us more specifics about what happened?
Her mom tells me that so far doctors have not found any broken bones in her face. Both of her eyes, as you saw, were swollen shut. She was able to open one of her eyes today, but that vision, her mom says, is still blurry. That's why they're keeping her again, monitoring her. So they really don't know any potential for long-term damage until a lot of that swelling goes down and they get an eye doctor to look at her eyes. But the good news is her family is hoping that she is able to go home and start recovering this weekend.
Okay. Could, though, still be a long road to recovery.